Where did that come from? Hi, everybody. Good evening. Good evening to those on my TikTok and my YouTube. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. Have blessed Sunday to you. How is everyone doing on my TikTok and my YouTube platform? I hope everyone is doing fine. Welcome to my live. Welcome to my Sunday live. It's going to be a short one today. I always say it's going to be short, and then I end up being here for hours. Hi, is Amadou Ismail on my TikTok. Hello. How long would appeal applications on the 10-year route leave take? It can take up to 12 months or more than 12 months. Okay. Appeal in general can take up to 12 months at the moment because of the backlog that the Home Office is dealing with. All right. Hi, everyone. As you join the live, you like the live, you share the live. Good evening, blessed Sunday. Welcome to All Things Legal with Sherry. I feel like I'm a bit too far off. Now, I think I mastered the streaming platform. But this probably, the light is in my eye. Or maybe if I turn it down, maybe that's better. Maybe this one. Yeah. I think maybe if I just it a bit like that, might be better. Yeah, so it's not in my eyes. Hi, everybody. Welcome to my live. Thank you for joining. I am on TikTok and on YouTube. Now, feel free to ask any legal question that you have. Feel free to ask it in the chat. And also, I want to talk a bit tonight about a Nigerian lady, pregnant Nigerian lady who tried to enter the United States of America to have a baby, and she was refused and deported. Also, her visa was cancelled and she was deported back to Nigeria. So I want to share that story tonight as well. But in the meantime, if you have any immigration question, feel free to put it in the chat. I don't know, but a light is in my eye. I think I'm going to try turn this light off just to see if it's going to be any better. Just bear with me, okay? Hi, moderator. Hello. Just for one moment. Let's see, is this any better? This is in my eye, so this should be that way. That's the one that's giving me the problem. I think it's a bit better. I don't know. There's a light in my eyes. I don't know. I'm just gonna work with it, to be honest. I'll have to just come forward a bit. Hi, Queen on TikTok. How can care worker with COS bring their family, please? Care worker with COS. If you had your COS before March or April 2024, then yes, you can bring your family. Okay. If you got your COS after that time, it is almost impossible to bring your family. Okay. When you accepted the COS to come to the UK, you should have been told that you cannot bring dependents. You cannot have any dependents. All right. There are other ways that your dependents can come into the country. Book a consultation and have a chat with a solicitor or a lawyer on the other options and the other ways in which a family member can come into the UK. All right. But if you want to bring them as your dependent, it is impossible. It is almost impossible. Let me use that word because there's always some sort of discretion with the Home Office. But the rules are very, very strict in terms of care workers and bringing their dependents. Okay. If you're new to my platform, welcome. As you join the live, you like the live, you share the live. Let's get some likes going up so they can build the algorithm for the live. If you're on my YouTube live, double tap the live, like the live as you come in, and share the live as well so it builds the algorithm for the live. Okay, and do the same on TikTok for me, please. You're welcome, Queen. Thank you for liking the live. Thank you so much. Okay, so as I go along, if you have any question, you put it in the chat and I would answer you, whether it's on TikTok or whether it's on YouTube. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start sharing the story. We're going to dissect this story and so let me find it. Okay, so it's in the think this is a newspaper in Nigeria. Okay, it's an article by Amani Brooklyn on March the 7th. Okay, so we're going to go into the article. Now, a pregnant lady who traveled to America to give birth deported on arrival and gets her American visa revoked. A Nigerian pregnant lady who wanted her child to be an American citizen, hence traveled to the developed country, got the shock of her life. As disclosed by her, things didn't go as planned, therefore has come out to share her bitter experience. In a video she posted on TikTok, the woman said she later did not give birth in America as planned. So this is a Nigerian lady who is pregnant, and apparently she got her visa to go to America, and she had hopes of going to America and having her baby there. But I'm not sure if everyone is aware, but recently when Donald Trump went into power and went into office, he announced that one of the changes that he's going to do for immigration is that he is going to revoke what is called the birthright citizenship rule. And he did mention that he's going to go the extreme to make sure that this amendment, this rule is revoked. So this rule is whereby, you could have gone to America, have your baby there, and once your child is born there, your child becomes an American citizen. And Trump was going to stop this from happening. I think it is still in court. I'm not sure if there's been an outcome as yet, but it is still in progress. Correct me if I'm wrong. Anybody in the comment section, um if the birthright citizenship rule has been revoked already in America. Hi, Queen Advocate. Hi, how are you? Blessed Sunday to you. All right, you can correct me in the chat if the birthright citizenship in America, if it has been revoked already. Because the last update I got is Trump was seeking to have this revoked. Okay. But I want to believe that there's something in progress, because for immigration to deport that lady without giving her the chance to enter and have the baby, then it must be that something has been passed. It is still in place to my knowledge. Yes, it's still in place to my knowledge as well. But I'm wondering, if it's still in place, then why does it take effect when the Nigerian lady went to America to give birth? I want to believe that they have started to act on it, even though it hasn't fully been revoked. That's America, and they develop their own laws and rules. And with a president such as Trump, I guess he does anything that he wants. That's my take. Trump is still fighting in court, yes. Because the last time he said he's going to go to the extreme mile, he's going to fight it to make sure that that is revoked, in an effort to reduce net migration in the USA. But I want to believe that something has been passed, or even because it's in court, it means that they have paused anybody that comes to the UK, into the United States to have baby. Probably they have paused it until a verdict until there's something coming out from the courts. The federal government isn't too keen on it. Correct. I remember Trump saying that if it goes before a judge in Seattle, I think it was Seattle, that he knows the judge, and the judge is gonna the judge is gonna do what is right. That's the last thing. He is a very, very bold person, Donald Trump. Very, very bold. That's the last thing I heard him saying, that he's gonna challenge it. He's gonna challenge it to the last bit of it. He's gonna challenge it. Um, Queen saying it's a war between two of them. Yes, he took risk of speaking than judge name. And now that judge has come under fire. Trump is a very, very bold person, very, very aggressive as well in his approach to immigration in the USA. Hi, Kristen Frame. Hi, good evening. Okay, so let us continue with the article. It's quite interesting one. All right, so it goes on. So the lady went on to TikTok to vent because she has been deported. Her American visa has been cancelled, and now she's back in Nigeria, and so she wants to share her experience of what happened to her. Now, the article went on to say that, well, the person name is Annabella. Annabella said she was not allowed to gain entrance into the United States when she landed at the airport. According to Annabella, she was restricted at the airport where she landed, and her visa was immediately cancelled. Immediately cancelled. So, based on that, I want to believe that she might have disclosed to the immigration officer that she's there to have her baby. And based on when the baby is due, then that is definitely the reason. It would confirm the reason. They did not even let her in the country. That's what the article is saying. She was restricted at the airport when she landed, and her visa was immediately cancelled. Queen said he has lost a lot of supporters since then. I think so as well, but I think generally America loves Trump, and I think they love the way that he tackles immigration in specific, boisterous and firm and strong in that regards. But the lady's visa was cancelled immediately at the airport. Now, my thinking is, if the law or the rule has not been revoked as yet, then why are things being done practically? Why did this Nigerian lady not allowed to enter the USA and have her baby? The laws have not been revoked as yet. So what exactly is in place that is restricting people from going to America to have their babies before the law is revoked? What exactly is it? If anyone is on my live who is from America and you're aware of the American laws, you can shed some light on this. Okay? It's the judge. Is it? Queen says the judge. Amb is asking how long does it take for the judge to reply? For the judge to reply, what judge, my dear? What judge are you referring to? Do you have a court matter at the moment? It's the judge. So Kristen Frame is saying that I'm in a relationship for over 2 years. I'm like a father of my partner kids. What can I do? You're like a father to your partner kids. Is your partner British or has settled status? Hi, moderator. Yeah, every child needs an e-visa also. All right, I think you set it up with using your email, etc. So Kristen Frame said that his partner is British. Now the question to ask yourself, Kristen, what do you want to do to regularize your stay? Are you looking to regularize your stay on the basis of the children or on the basis of your partner? If it's on the basis of your partner, there's family visa applications that can be made. Okay. Now, also, you need to take into consideration your immigration status. Are you legal in the country? Are you an overstayer? Did you enter illegally? All right. So there are lots of things to discuss, Kristen. Okay, that will be specific to you. on the kids. But the kids are have you adopted the kids legally? If you haven't adopted the kids legally and you're merely playing a father figure role in the children's life, then there are lots of different applications you can consider, and you are an overstayer. So that's lots of consideration there, Christoph. One, you are an overstayer. Two, you're taking care of children like your own. And three, you are in a relationship with someone for over 2 years. There are more than one immigration options for you. Now, if you want to discuss your specific immigration options in depth, you can book a consultation with me and we can go through them together. And I can advise you of each options and how it's suits your situation. All right, but I won't be able to give you to explain all of them on the live for you because that's your specific situation, not everyone. Okay, but there are more than one options for you. So Queen said, I think Trump and his supporters are acting unlawfully, Sherry. There's more people. Yeah, I want the law to pass for people not to come to give birth in the USA. I think so. So I think they're acting unlawfully because legally, if the law hasn't been passed as yet, then why is it being enforced? Why is it being enforced if it hasn't been passed as yet? That's unfairness. Okay, that's unfairness and that's bias. I mean, America belongs to Trump and the Americans, and that's fine. They choose to let who they want to let into the country based on their reasons. But if the law has not been passed as yet, if it has not been revoked, then why is it being enforced? It should not be enforced. And that lady should have been allowed entry into America to have her child. Until the law or the rule is revoked, then it should be enforced. And anyone that goes to the USA after the passing of that law, then they will serve the consequences. Yeah, they'll be back on the plane, back to your home country. But to be enforcing the law even before it's revoked, it is that's very, very unfair. Very, very unfair. It is unlawful. Yes, it is unlawful. It is unlawful. It is unlawful. But then the thing is, what can she do? She can't really do anything, to be honest. Can she sue the government, sue the American government? I don't know, because the visa that she probably had was a visitor's visa. Are you generally allowed to go to the USA and have baby on a visitor visa? I don't know. I don't think so. Okay. I was listening to this documentary, and it was saying basically the law does not expressly allow for birthright citizenship. People actually implied the law and implied birthright citizenship into the law. But it obviously, I think they are anti, right? But it was saying that the law, and I was about to read it, that it doesn't expressly cater for birthright citizenship. It was implied into the law from this. I think it was a Chinese case. Well, it was a Chinese guy, someone from China, his case, and then so people start going to America and having babies, and then it was unlawful for the baby to be deported back with the parent. And so babies now born in America, as long as you're born on the American soil, you are then an American citizen. So it's a whole lots of mix up. It's a whole lot of mix up. It is also engaged over a 2 years period. Yes, Kristen, that's fine. That's okay. There are many options for you, my dear. Okay. You can book a consultation. We can go through your options in full for you. All right. So let's continue with the. Yes, thank you for that, Queen Advocate. His case will be complex because you're an overstayer. So it's not like me going to say to you, oh, do this family route visa. No, I have to explain all of your options and you decide which one is the best for you. Okay, so we're going to continue with the article. So her visa was cancelled immediately. Due to the misfortune, Annabella said she fell into a coma. I don't think she actually fell into a coma, but she was shocked. She was shocked. But after she got better, she was put on the next available flight and deported to Nigeria, she said. So she was shocked, yeah. Because obviously she may have done her research and she knows that the law is still in at the moment. It's not been revoked. And then for her to turn up at the airport, having her visa cancelled at the same time, and not being able to give birth in America, it must have been very depressing for her. So as soon as she felt better, she was put onto the next flight. She had high expectations, correct, and it was all shattered at just at the airport. Just at the airport. It's very unfortunate. She said playing with my daughter cause life didn't end when I went to America to give birth to her, but was denied entry into the country and my visa cancelled. With the stress, I fell into labor, was rushed to the hospital in Houston. Immediately, I became a bit okay. They put me on the next available flight back to Nigeria. My husband offered me to go somewhere. I was too traumatized to embark on another journey. I have lost a child before. I wasn't going to overstress this baby. So I decided to remain in Nigeria. Okay, so they allowed her to have the baby, but then they deported her and the baby back to Nigeria. Wow. I can understand why this lady wanted to have a baby in America, because here it is stated that she had miscarriages, she has lost babies, a child before, and so for this one it would have been deemed a high risk, sort of, yeah. So she wanted to make sure she had the proper care, or um the proper procedure when she was going through labor. But unfortunately, America wasn't having it. It's like, how dare you come here to have your child? They were not having it at all. But Donnie dropped the bombshell. Yes, yes. Guys, as you join the live, you like the live, double tap, power tap, like the live, share the live. Let's build the algorithm. I'm not going to be long tonight, just a quick live. I just wanted to share this story, okay? It's unfortunate that it happened to her, and I'm happy that she shared her story, because it can bring awareness to others who are planning to go to America during this time. It is likely that they will be refused entry as well to have their baby. So restrained from trying to go to America, even though the law has not been revoked, it is being enforced as if it has been revoked. All right. So save yourself the stress and the drama. Learn from this lady's experience and be guarded. All right. Yeah, I get they don't want it. American don't want it. I know. Hi Yuri. Yuri said triple tap. Okay, so let's continue on with this story, okay? And she said some people wanted to know more and asked her if she had applied for the visa early. Annabella said she started applying when she was 2 months pregnant. She said it was better if they had denied her the visa instead of giving it to her and then canceling it on arrival. So she applied for her visa 2 months earlier, got the visa, and then she was denied entry into the country to have the baby. It shows how haphazard the law is, and how, human beings like us, how we treat others. Sometimes there's a saying that it's not your business, but you want to act like it's your business. So, you're not the owner, you're not the manager, you're maybe the supervisor, and you want to behave like it's your business. Meaning that the law has not been revoked as yet, but yet there are people like you and I at immigration officers enforcing the law as if it has been revoked. This lady should not have been deported and deprived of having a child in America. based on what is on the books. Okay? Based on what is on the books at the moment. The matter is still in court. But I guess the Trump administration already declared the law, birthright citizenship, revoked. And so if they already declared it revoked, then rightfully immigration officers will have to enforce the law. But to my understanding, that matter, that rule is still in court. I cannot see how it is justifiable why she was deprived of having a child in the USA. That's how America works. Yes, unless there is something, practically that's how it works. As long as a rule is before the court, then everything stops. So then if everything stops, it means that if you try to come into the country to give birth, you would be denied because the matter is pending before the court. That's how it works. Queen said they act like they are federal judges. That's just how they operate in America, to be honest. Um, yes. Okay, let's carry on. Right. She said her words. In my interview, which is the interview for the visa to go to America, I clearly told them I was going there to have my baby because of my past experience here in Nigeria, and they gave me the visa. So if they don't want me to have the baby there, they could have just denied me. Fair? That's very true. If they knew the reason why she applied for the visa and then they granted her the visa for that reason, then why deny her when she arrives at the airport? I can imagine she must have went into a coma. You're heavily pregnant and here you are, you've traveled miles across the ocean to get to America, and then the immigration officer is going to tell you cannot enter to have your child. And on top of that, you had your child and you were deported on the next flight. That's trauma. That's depression. Unfortunately, she had to go through this experience. But as I said before, I'm happy that she shared her story because this can help others who are looking to go to America to have their baby. It's going to be the same thing. Don't think your situation is going to be different. It's not going to be different. It's going to be the same thing. Because the law is before the court, it's like everything is at a standstill until it is resolved in the court. All right. Okay, so let's answer a few questions. Let's see what's in the chat. Yes, a very hard blow indeed. That is a very, very hard blow indeed. Queen said they wanted the money. Yes, because to apply for a visa, you are going to pay for it. Of course, they're not going to turn you down. They're going to take the money and maybe grant you your visa, especially if you satisfy the requirements. Yes. So they won't turn you down. But then you can have your visa, and then when you arrive at immigration is whether the immigration officer thinks that your reason for entering is sufficient or not. So it's another assessment there. It's another assessment there. So she should not have had high hopes because of the climate at the moment in America. She should have expected the unexpected, especially because of this time. Mm-hmm. Very, very unfortunate, to be honest. And then the other thing I wanted to talk about, 10 story in one this evening, because I don't know, I might back live one later on in the week. But the other thing I wanted to talk about, what is your opinion or what is your view on Keir Starmer uniting with Donald Trump? What do you think? Do you think that's unity, or do you think it's just um, a front? Do you think it's just it's just, there like a picture, nothing about it? What do you think? Do you welcome the unity between Donald Trump and Keir Starmer? Take into consideration when Donald Trump went into power, the way he started off against the United Kingdom. What do you think about the shaking of hands and the lifting of the tariffs? Do you think there's, you know, a storm to come? Do you think there's a storm to come? Absolute disaster. I'm thinking it's just a front. I think there's a storm to come with all of this. I think there's a storm to come with all of this. I am in denial of a true and pleasant relationship between the United Kingdom and the United States of America. Knowing Donald Trump, he would put on a show. He would put on a show just for the media and for us to think that all is well between the United Kingdom and the United States, when in the background there are things happening that we don't even know about. So while I welcome unity between both countries, I just don't think that they have arrived at unity as yet. I do not think so. Yes, I think it's all up front as well. That is correct as well, because even though they grant the visa, you can be turned away from border. Yes, and this is what I said to people here in the UK as well. Even if you're granted a visa, when you get to the airport with the immigration officer, they are going to question you just like if you did not pay for the visa. It's like if you beg to come here, they are going to question you, even though you paid for your visa and it was granted to you. They are going to know which school you're going to study, how did you get the money, what is the name of your parent, what is the address you're going to live, what is your reason for coming to the UK, why were you denied a previous visa. All of the similar questions that you were asked when you were applying for your visa, the immigration officer is going to ask you that and more. And they are the one who will decide whether to grant you entry into the country or not. So it's one thing to get the visa. Yes, that's fine. But then it's another thing whether you'll be granted entry into the UK. Queen said, I believe they dislike each other. I'm not fooled. I think Donald Trump more aligned with Boris Johnson. And that's just my thinking. Yeah, I do think so. I think he more aligned with Boris Johnson. And more integrations and manipulation. That's what I think as well, to be honest. It's hard to believe that there is instant unity by just seeing them shaking hands and talking together. No, there needs to be more than that. Don't forget to like the live, guys. Like the live and share the live as you come in. I am leaving in the next 15 minutes. Just a quick live today. Yes, that's a good point, Queen. So make sure your story is the same as given on your application. And lots of people get turned back and deported back on the next flight because their story, there are inconsistencies in their story, what you did on the application and what you're saying to the immigration officer. And bear in mind, the immigration officer has everything in front of them, your entire application. And you'll be shocked sometimes the system pulls the questions to ask you. So you have to be very, very careful. Make sure that you do your application yourself, or if you don't do your application yourself, at least you have a copy of what was of the application, so you know what is in the application. And that's why I don't understand it, because A lot of people that come to the UK, for example, and they would say, "Oh, I did not do my application. I don't know what's in the application." Okay. Did you request a copy of your application? You must know what's in your visa application. There's no way on this earth that someone will do an application for you and you have no knowledge of what is in the application. You must request a copy of your visa application, whether it's granted or not. You don't just let someone do an application for you and you leave it blindly. That's absolutely wrong. Ignorance is no excuse for the law. And whatever goes into the application, it is a representation of you, not the person who's doing the application. All right. So make sure that you always have a copy of your application, whether it's been whether it is submitted or not submitted. Okay. Make sure you have a copy of it so you know what is in the application. You're rolling just thinking about it all. Exactly. They already have all the information. I don't know if you normally look at these border force videos. I have a couple to share on my page. These border force videos online where they're searching them and they're asking them questions and they're saying all sorts of different things than what is on their application. Like, make it make sense. Make it make sense. Exactly. Immigration officers are no fool. And even though they are new immigration officers, they have everything on the computer. So you say to the immigration officer, "Oh, I'm coming to the UK to be with my friend," but your mother lives in the UK undocumented and it's on the immigration system. They would ask you about your mother. He said, "Oh, I don't know about my mother. I don't know where she is." Is this your mother's name? Because you put your mother's name on your application. I'm not telling you to lie. I'm telling you to be careful and make sure you know what's in your application. You watch all of them, not just UK. Yeah, I watch Australia, yeah, Canada, all of them as well. Some are very, very funny and some are a learning lesson, honestly. Yes, yes, many more countries as well. Yeah, they do have a lot of them. I do have a couple to share on my those are the interesting ones, to be honest. But yeah, be truthful in your applications and have an idea as to what it is about. Okay. So if you're questioned, you know exactly what you're being questioned about rather than not knowing. Yeah. So I'll just stick around a few more minutes until it clocks the hour. Just in case if anybody joins the live and have any immigration question they want to ask, feel free if you want to ask any immigration question. So funny, but it's already an eye opener. Yes, it is. Yes, it definitely is. Hi Debbie, thanks for joining. It is definitely an eye opener for everyone to be careful. To be careful. Thank you for liking the live. Thank you so much. Yes, got to be truthful in application so you won't get caught in deception. Yes, that's correct. That is so, so true. You have to be. You have to be. And even if you're truthful, as I said before, it doesn't mean that you would be grant entry clearance into the country. Sometimes that's just how it is sometimes. Okay. So if you join the live, if you have any question, feel free, put it into the chat. and let's talk about it before I leave. I'm leaving in the next couple of minutes. Hope everyone is having a blessed Sunday. If you're new to my live, don't forget subscribe on YouTube and follow on TikTok. It has its merit. Yes, that's correct, Queen. That is very, very correct. A liar never remembers its lie. So don't lie if you can't lie. Speak the truth always. Yes, that's true. That's very, very true. Thank you for power tapping the live. Thank you so much. As you join the live, you share the live, you like the live as well. Hi, Emily. If you're earning 27,000 per year, can you apply for spouse visa? No, the threshold, the income threshold is 29K. Okay, unless if you're doing a second job or if you're getting overtime, etc. But you should be earning 29K. So Munal is asking, can students dependent having PSW visa still can live in the UK if they get divorced with students? If you're on a PSW visa as a dependent, okay, and you get divorced with the main PSW visa holder, then you need to make another immigration application to regularize your stay before you become an overstayer, okay? And the main PSW visa holder need to report to the Home Office that the relationship or the marriage has broken down. All right? So yes, you can stay in the UK, but you need to make another visa application because you're no longer with the main applicant of the PSW visa. Okay? Yes, you can combine with your spouse if your spouse is in the UK. If your spouse is not in the UK and your spouse has to come from overseas, then you have to carry the 29K only. Okay? She said her husband is not in the UK. So Miss Emily, you have to have 29. You have to be earning 29K. Okay? You're welcome, Munal. Thank you for joining my YouTube live as well. Welcome. Welcome to All Things Legal with me, Sherry. Thank you for the donut, Dugal. Thank you. Munal, thank you. You're welcome, Emily. Thank you for the roses, Queen. Thank you, my darling. How much do I need to change 10-year route to 5-year route, please? What do you mean, how much do you need, moderator? In order to change from 10-year route to 5-year route, it depends on your circumstances. Did you get married? Are you switching to a spouse visa? That gives you 5 years. It depends on the circumstances. It's not a matter of how much do you need to change from 10-year route to 5-year route. Do you want to ask your question again, moderator? Thank you for joining my YouTube live. Thank you. Yes, it's about your personal circumstances, not financial. Thank you for liking, guys. So I've got 7 more minutes on the live. I'm only spending 1 hour today. If you join the live, you have any immigration question, please put it in the chat. Let's talk about it. Earlier, we discussed about the pregnant Nigerian lady who was deported and got her visa cancelled by trying to enter the UK, the United States of America, to have her baby. Okay. Moderator, you cannot just switch like that to 5-year route. Okay, if you're on a parent route, then you're on a parent route. If you're on the parent route 10 years visa, then you're on the parent route. Okay, as I earlier said, in order for you to switch to the 5-year route, it's if your circumstances changed. All right, if your personal circumstances change, that's the only how you can switch. You can't just go and apply to switch to 5-year route. There's no such thing. Okay, I hope that's clearer for you. All right. Guys, let's get the likes to 5K before I leave. I'm leaving in the next 5 minutes. Let's get the likes to 5K before I go on TikTok. And let's get the likes on YouTube going up a bit. Like the live as you come in and share the live as well. If you're on my live for the first time, don't forget to follow my page. So you always be updated as to the latest what's happening in the UK specifically, and also a bit of what's happening around the world. All right. You'll also get a bit of entertainment. All right. And that is true, Queen. We're always here to take care of them like the doctor. You know, when you're sick, you go to the doctor. When you make a legal error, you run to the You run to us. We're always here. We are always here to take care of you. But you have to listen and understand. Okay? You have to listen and understand when we explain things to you legally. All right, I'm counting down my time. What do you have planned for the rest of the evening, Queen? Are you just going to relax until work tomorrow, God spare? Thank you for joining my YouTube live. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you for the gift, my dear. Thank you. Bites more than can chew. Oh, you're working from home tomorrow. You have the pleasure. That's good. Busy, busy. I know I can. I already know what is ahead of me for tomorrow and the rest of the week. But here what? I'll put on my fighting mood and get the work done. So you got busy, busy week ahead of you, Queen. All right. 5.3K likes on TikTok. Thank you to my beautiful followers. You always come through for me. Thank you so much. And thank you to all of my gifters this evening. Thank you for gifting me. I'm not staying long today. I'm gonna go. If you were here at the beginning of the live, then you would have catch our conversation and our discussion. But I'm only spending 1 hour this evening. And then I'm gonna go on to doing some other things before I start my day tomorrow, God spare. Okay. Now, if you would like to book a consultation with me for your immigration matter, feel free to inbox me and I'll provide you with my contact details. Okay. And I'll provide you with how you can book a consultation